I'm going to pull a card for us. I'm going to talk for a minute here while I shuffle these. Something, if you've been watching my stories on Instagram or follow me there or even TikTok, and I've been talking more about where I struggle is I don't feel like there is a language to communicate these spiritual practices, the idea of what I identify as the Holy Spirit, the creative spirit, the connectedness of love. Like, I feel like there's either super like new agey language, or there's like religious language, or there's like secular memes that you send to your friends, right? There's Taylor Swift. I feel like those are the three, right? Oh, that's the clip it. And so I'm really finding that it's like wanting to figure out like, what is my true language? How is the way that I really want to communicate these things and disseminate this information in a way that can reach the folks that it's supposed to reach? Because I find I really, I struggle. It's not that I want to shy away from spiritual language, but I think I am interested in reaching a different demographic or finding them in a new way, if that makes sense, or even just offering a new way of looking at these things, of integrating them. Me, where I'm always like, let's bring some levity to this stuff. It's hard work. It's tough. Being alive right now is hard and painful. And so how can we create some levity for these things? Just so we can move through them a little bit easier. So if you have done this with me before, I'm going to take a minute. I'm going to, that's hilarious. I'm just going to use this card. I was going to pull a card and I looked down at what it was, and this is the Mirror Guardian. Take time to reflect. So as you guys know, if you've seen me pull cards before, you know that they just kind of have a way. And so this is perfect. I know you can't fully see, but it's just this beautiful little angel gal, and she's looking into a mirror that is a full galaxy. And she's like adorned with all of these like really beautiful kind of moonstones. And she's wearing a lot of blue, which I love. At least for me, I'm identifying that as, you can either look at that as your third eye or your throat chakra. And so for me, yeah, really taking this of like throat chakra and third eye, because I think a lot of what I want to share through my throat comes from this third eye. So in whatever that reigns true for you. And I also love, in this mirror and where she is, it's all dark. It's all stars. And so again, that idea of going into reflection, of going into hibernation, that it's dark and not dark. There are some stars. So it's not dark like shadow, like Dark Night of the Soul, but meaning more quiet. There's this sense of quiet, of small, of silence, of being that I'm really feeling that we're all called to. And then even in this beautiful mirror, it's really, ornate and beautiful around the sides. And then right in the center, it's just all kind of galaxy. So again, and it says, Mirror Guardian, take time to reflect. So let's see how long. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Oh, there we go. Second page she goes to. Here we go. Okay. So it says, Mirror Guardian, take time to reflect. Take some time to reflect on your strengths and challenges and how far you've come. Recognize your gifts. Recognize your gifts. About angels accept you just the way you are. Oh, that's so beautiful. Angels accept you just the way you are. Even when you're going through a challenging time, they still hold you in the highest esteem. The Mirror Guardian, a female angel looking into the mirror of your life, invites you to witness your spiritual strength and beauty, to see yourself as angels do. I was not prepared for how moving and beautiful this is. How beautiful. Yeah, so giving you that chance to really to be with yourself and see yourself in that way. And I love it so much of that. It's not about, again, it's that secular, that healing is never done. I think, sometimes we struggle with that of, that stay in your own lane, or, in order to be seen, I have to be the best. And we do all of this kind of trying to heighten ourselves over other people. And that's such an earthly kind of like human thing versus, if we're looking at it through these lens of an angel, let's say angel lens, right? It's that we're all doing the work. There is no higher, there is no lower, there is no broken, there is no healed, there's no fixed, there's no finish line. It is simply being able to hold and truly see yourself as to what they see. So that's really beautiful. And then even giving yourself that minute, I think that's something else I love, that when we get filled with that energy, that like, yes, it's ready to go. A lot of times when we go too quickly, we even miss the things, like how much is really there. It's like if you like wake up late and you got to check out of the hotel and like you just kind of like throw a few things around and leave, you probably like left something in the bathroom shower, or there was a sock that was in the blankets and you didn't take the time. So it's like before you get ready to take off, like really taking the time and kind of looking around at this metaphorical hotel room and making sure you have everything you need. Okay. The mirror represents the fact that you are The mirror represents the fact that your core beliefs and ideas are in fact what is reflected back to you by your world. We could teach a course just on that sentence. The mirror represents the fact that your core beliefs and ideas are in fact what is reflected back to you by your world. Your life is one big mirror of how you feel within. And the mirror guardian helps you recognize that. So that's something kind of neat. Some of you may do angel healing. There's a lot. It's not really anything that I've dealt a lot into, or maybe some of you talk with angels. Maybe you have loved ones that are your angels, etc. I haven't done a lot of, angel work. Again, looking for that new language, but I haven't. But I think that's so beautiful of knowing you're working with the mirror guardian. So your life is one big mirror of how you feel within. And the mirror guardian helps you recognize that. So again, this integration. When this card appears, you're being invited to take some time to see where you are right now. The extended message. You are a beautiful being who has surmounted so many challenges and expanded in so many ways. Your angels are now guiding you to take inventory of your life, to take the time to note all of your recent experiences, the challenges that you have surmounted, the strengths that you have developed, and the lessons that you have learned. Your angels want you to reflect on your strengths in particular, those aspects of yourself that you feel have not been acknowledged by others. I'm going to read that again. Your angels want you to reflect on your strengths, and in particular, those aspects of yourself that you feel have not been acknowledged by others. Offer yourself approval where it's due, and know that when you give yourself credit, others will be able to as well. Y'all, it's page 111. I mean, I can't make this up. I can't make it up. You know what I mean? Like, why not do it? How exciting and magical. Okay? Oh, is she a wizard or what, baby? How cool. I this is, if you've been with me before, this is a newer deck that I got, and it's a little bit more like like the weird girl from like Band, who probably like sat in your bus and wore like a lot of like wolf shirts and stuff. You either know her or you were her. Either way, I'm glad you're here. Okay. But that's what this deck reminded me of. But also looking back, I was like, that girl was a witch in third grade. You know what I mean? She was doing some magical shit in the back of the bus. So I felt very attracted to this one. So I was glad that I pulled it today, because I was like, I feel like we're really needing, just really this sense of kind of being guided. And again, that me time of allowing. And I don't know where you are, if you're in this place yet, but I'm really feeling that way of like really beginning to learn what is it like to allow yourself to be guided. Like, I think especially, I'll leave you with this, that so many of us are ambitious or have families and are high powered, or you travel for work, or you're on to the next thing. And that's so beautiful. But then we burn out, or we give too much of ourselves away too quickly. But when we can allow ourselves to trust that we're being guided, it's like one less thing to worry about, right? It's like the Steve Jobs, as I stand here in my Steve Jobs uniform, with the Elizabeth Holmes of it all, where it was like, high powered CEOs, they wear the same thing every day because it's one less thing to think about. And I feel that way too, of when you can make the time just to tune in and really know where you're at and allow yourself to be led. That's one less thing you need to do. Who doesn't want one less thing to do? Oh, that's November,